Mr. Ryan, I don't even know where to begin. You are everything that I want to be when I grow up and more. You are overwhelmingly kind and compassionate, and you have a passion for helping others that exceeds your passion for math, and that's how I want to be as a teacher. Just being in a room with you, it's obvious that you're a man of God. In short, you are truly an inspiration to everyone you meet, and a few of your biggest fans wanted to show their appreciation for you, so I hope you enjoy.
Hey, Mr. Ryan. We just wanted to thank you for being such a great teacher for all of us. You know, teaching us so many things about not only calculus, but also so many life lessons that'll help us way beyond high school, way beyond college. So we just all wanted to show our appreciation for you. You know, we love you. Thanks, Mr. Ryan.
All right, you increased the value of my derivative function, the original function being my interest in math. From what you taught me, you made the graph steeper, and I thank you for that. I hope your impact lasts on students forever. Thank you, Mr. Ryan.
Hi, Mr. Ryan. I just wanted to say thank you for being a teacher. Your patience is pretty much 1 in a million, and I really appreciate how you take the time to make sure that everyone is on top of it and knows what's going on. So again, I just want to say thank you for being a teacher, and thank you for being one of the best math teachers I've ever had.
Hey, Mr. Ryan, I just want to say that I'll miss you next year, and I just appreciate the fact that you wanted to make sure that I actually understood the math instead of getting the grade, and that made me want to have a good grade. So thank you, and we'll miss you next year.
When it comes to Mr. Ryan of Heritage High School, there are a million things I could talk about to capture his greatness. I could talk about how he wrote the screenplay to Empire Strikes Back, or how he wrestled a bear and saved Queen Elizabeth of England. But really, in all seriousness, what it comes down to with Mr. Ryan is that this man is always there for his kids. He is one of the hardest working guys I've ever met, and he's an inspiration to us all. And I really don't know how I'm going to remember what time it is without this man here. So, Mr. Ryan, wish you the best, and you're one of the most awesome dudes ever met. All right, bye.
Hey, Mr. Ryan, you go beyond teaching calculus to make sure each student understands. You form a relationship with each of us even though you only have us for 2 semesters. You care so deeply about us, and you try to warn us about life, and you give us advice so that we can do better. You give me different perspectives on situations, and I could not be more grateful to have a person like you in my life.
Hey, Mr. Ryan, you're one of the best math teachers I've ever had, and I know that teaching can be a thankless profession, but I just want to say thank you.
There you go.
Mr. Ryan is caring, passionate, and he's a really good teacher.
I really like Mr. Ryan. I like his smile. It makes me happy. Honestly, going in his class, I'm usually pretty sad about being at school, but I usually end up learning something in there, so it's nice. He's a good teacher. He's a nice guy, too. I think he actually tries to be kind and fair to everybody.
I aspire to be you every day. I actually ask myself, how can I be more like Mr. Ryan every day? Because the children compare me to you, and I often fall short, and they let me know. They're like, you're not as good as Mr. Ryan. They remind me of this every day. And they say, you're not even a poor man's Mr. Ryan. You're not even Ryan Jr. You are a distant 800th place to the awesomeness and greatness of Mr. Ryan. Maybe one day with enough work and maybe a little bit of luck, I too can be Ryan Good.
Hey, Mr. Ryan. You go off subject a lot, and you're a great teacher, and the stories you tell us are hilarious, sad, and exciting at the same time, but I really do appreciate the life lessons that you teach us.
Mr. Ryan is probably one of the great teachers I've had the pleasure to have in my high school career because he's so understanding of all his students. He has such a big heart, and he truly loves what he does, and thank you for being my teacher. Love you.
I think that Mr. Ryan shows us how much you can accomplish if you just develop the right relationships and build the proper way to show the children the way, because really we are the world, we are the children, and every day we just start living, and Mr. Ryan showed me that. It's been a blessing, and I have no idea how I'll find out what time the bell's going to ring next year. God bless you, Mr. Ryan. Godspeed. Good luck.
Mr. Ryan is probably one of the greatest inspirations I have ever had in all of my student years. I know that in the future, when he moves on, he's going to inspire kids to do freaking great things and teach them life lessons that actually matter. And then I hope in the future that I can inspire people as much as Mr. Ryan does.
Hey, Mr. Ryan.
We just wanted to say thank you for being such a hardworking and dedicated teacher.
We wanted to thank you for bringing us life advice and making learning fun.
Yeah, and your quotes, those are pretty great.
True. And your belt clip.
And your ties. And your rice cooker.
Thanks, Mr. Ryan.
Thank you.
Alright, I like Mr. Ryan because he's a passionate teacher and he cares about his students actually learning and thinking through what the problem is.
We'll probably be able to hear you call the time all the way from RCA to Heritage. And that, my friend, is something we're all going to miss. The students are all going to miss hearing you call the time. And you know what? It's not just that. That's sort of symbolic for what you do. Mr. Ryan, you are a man of God, and it is good to know. I am not going to start crying. Oh my gosh. Okay, it is so good to know that there is that there are men of God in this building, and who I know love the students, and who I know are praying for the students. Because I know I'm not the only one praying for these kids. I know that you are. I know your family is. And I love what you bring into the building, just integrity and honor. And your kids love you, and they rave about you, and they talk about how you just, they don't say this, but you have an anointing for math, for making them understand. And that's huge. And so I'm glad you're still in the county, and we can share you with RCA. But I don't know how anybody on C Hall is going to get to class on time ever again without you.
Mr. Ryan's a really inspirational teacher. Every day he tries to give us about half a class full of life lessons. And he's a unique teacher. He makes sure that we understand what we need to understand so we can actually be successful in the subject.
I love Mr. Ryan because of our deep philosophical class talks. They really help me reevaluate life and give me a new perspective.
Mr. Ryan, I appreciate your wonderful greetings in the morning because it's my first class and it brightens my day.
The limit as x approaches infinity of how much we love and appreciate you does not exist.
Inside the classroom. Ow!
Yeah.
Hey, Mr. Ryan, I just want to say
And happy birthday.
Are you gonna say anything?
Hey, Mr. Ryan. I forgot what I was gonna say. Hey, Mr. Ryan, you're one of the best math teachers I've ever had, and I know that teaching can be a thankless profession. Ew, that's so ugly. I love him.
Am I supposed to go? Okay. I like Mr. Ryan because I don't even know what I'm saying.
Can I go? Okay. I love Mr. Ryan because of our deep philosophical talks in class. They really make me reevaluate life.
I want to say he's the best math teacher because I can't say that because I feel like it's bad for Dr. Russell because he was also a good math teacher. One of the best.
Yeah, one of the best words.
Okay. I'm ready.
I don't know what else. Emily, what else should I say? I know
That's
I just
good.
broke the fourth wall.
That's good. It's okay.
Okay. So we love you. We'll miss you.
All right.